All right, summertime is here, and that means I don't want to spend all my time in the kitchen. I don't want recipes with a whole list of ingredients. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 recipes with only 3 ingredients each. So today we're going to make the most perfect lazy girl faux caccia bread. We're also going to make the most perfect chocolate pie. It's perfect for summertime. Yes, only 3 ingredients. And then make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to share with you the most easy 3 ingredient dinner. You will have this dinner on repeat all summer long. So we're going to start with dessert first today. This is a 3 ingredient chocolate pie. Perfect for summertime, and the hardest part about it is just waiting for it to set up. We're gonna make it now, and then in 4 or 5 hours, we're gonna try it. I can't wait. So our 3 ingredients for this recipe, we're gonna need about 6 of these Hershey bars. We're gonna need 1 graham cracker pie crust, and then we're gonna need an 8-ounce tub of Cool Whip or whipped topping. All right, so I just have a microwave safe bowl here, and I'm just gonna start opening up all of our chocolate bars. And kind of break them up as we go. Some of y'all might remember I did a cheaper version of this on, I think it was a $30 Thanksgiving recipe a few years ago, or a $30 Thanksgiving feast. But I'm telling you, don't skimp on the chocolate. Get the Hersheys. It's so much better. I hate to even call this a recipe. It's almost embarrassing at how easy it is, but it really is delicious. If you've never tried it, just give it a try. All right, I think I'm gonna save about half a chocolate bar just to use for some garnish later. So I'm just gonna put that to the side. So we have all of our little chocolate bar pieces in here. We're gonna microwave this in about 30-second increments, stirring in between until all of this chocolate is melted. All right, our chocolate is nice and melted. I'm gonna give it just a little stir. Try not to lick the spoon or the bowl, or do whatever you want to do. And then next, we're just gonna bring over that whipped topping. Just plop all of it in. Then all we're gonna do is stir it together. And I know this seems so simple, but like I said, it's delicious. Just keep stirring until it's nice and consistent and combined. All right, we're just gonna bring over our pie crust. All right, now all we're gonna do is spread everything out. And you could top this with anything. You could even add some marshmallows to the filling and then put a couple on top. And there you would have a s'mores chocolate pie. How good and perfect for summer would that be? You could add some nuts in there or some nuts on top, chocolate chips, sprinkles.
Reese cups.
Yes, Reese cups, that'd be so good. Maybe you want to try this.
I do.
It's so good. It's like so light. Like I said, the hardest part is waiting for your pie to set up. I'm gonna attempt to use my little cheese shredder to make our garnish for this instead of cutting my fingers off. Oh yes, perfect. Look at that. All right, we're gonna go ahead and garnish it so it will stick nice and good. I'm gonna pop it in the fridge. In about 4 or 5 hours, we'll be ready to try this delicious dessert. All right, taste test time with the chocolate Hershey pie. That's the best part.
I wanted the best part. I'm kidding. Cheers. I'm just gonna go straight 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I love it.
You can't go wrong with this. Like I said, so versatile. You could jazz it up however you want to. I gotta have another bite. But it really is so good, y'all. I mean, what's more perfect than a cold pie like this for summertime?
Delicious.
So good.
Really,
I'll give it a
really
try. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Also, another thing you could do to switch it up would be a different pie crust, a pecan pie crust, or an Oreo pie crust. Would be so good.
Really good.
All right, next up is a recipe I saw on TikTok, and it is a faux caccia bread. I'm saying focaccia because I don't think it's technically like a focaccia bread, but it looked delicious, so I knew I had to try it. And we're actually gonna start by using some frozen dinner rolls. And our 3 ingredients for this focaccia bread are just those frozen dinner rolls, some olive oil, and seasonings of your choosing. Could not get any easier than that. All right, so we're actually gonna be using, this is the Bridgeford, the Parkerhouse style frozen rolls. A lot of recipes I saw use the Rhodes frozen rolls, but as long as they're the Parkerhouse style, I think they'll still be fine. All right, so we have our 9x13. We're gonna give it a good little spray. And then next, we're just gonna place the frozen rolls in our dish. These are a little bit thawed out because we just laid them out earlier. But they are going to thaw and they're going to rise all at the same time. So after going back and looking at a few TikToks, it looks like people put a lot more rolls in the pan than I had. So there's about, how many's in here? 16 rolls in this 9x13. So now we're just going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and these will take about 4 or 5 hours to completely rise. Oh my goodness. Okay, our rolls have risen significantly. We kind of had them over there in the sun. So now it's time to get these uncovered. What you're supposed to do is just kind of punch. Oh my gosh, this is fun. Punch this down.
You should use both hands.
I don't want to. I don't know why. Like, how much punching do I do?
You got the middle part right there.
I don't want to like make it all the way flat, but we're gonna let this rise again. Just like Jesus, it's gonna rise again. All right, so next we're going to drizzle with a little bit of olive oil. Spread it around just a little bit. Now you're supposed to have some of those little pools because it's gonna rise again, like Jesus. And then here's the part where you can get kind of creative with it, kind of customize it however you like. I'm gonna top ours with just a little Italian seasoning just from my cabinet. Fresh herbs would of course be really good in this as well. Next, we're gonna go in with a little bit of flaky sea salt. Just a little bit. And then next, I think I'm gonna top it with just a little bit of shredded Parmesan because I think this would actually pair deliciously with that pasta recipe I'm gonna show you guys. This will be so perfect. All right, so now we're gonna cover this one more time, and this is gonna rise for an additional about 45 minutes, and then it'll be time to bake. All right, y'all, these rolls have risen again, or our focaccia bread, I should say. It seriously does not get any easier than that. I already have my oven preheated to 375. This is just gotta bake for about 20 or 30 minutes. I'm gonna keep an eye on it until it's golden brown, and we'll have some focaccia bread. Are y'all excited? I am. All right, y'all, this focaccia bread just came out of the oven. It smells absolutely delicious in here. I'm just kind of loosening up the sides a little bit. So some immediate thoughts. This does not look like typical focaccia bread. It looks like a bunch of rolls mashed down, if I'm being completely honest. However, that said, it looks and smells so good. I think if I make this again, when I make this again, I'll punch it down a little bit more. I was scared I would do that too much. But, I mean, seriously, pair this with the pasta we're gonna make. This will still make a really delicious meal. I also went ahead and made up just a little bit of bread dipping oil. It's just olive oil, little balsamic vinegar, and some Italian seasoning. Here's our bread. It looks yummy. Look at that flaky sea salt on there. Let's give it a little dip. That looks so good. All right, let's try it. That's actually delicious. Yes, I'm double dipping. It's my house, so I'm gonna do that. That's delicious. You would not think this was made from frozen dinner rolls that you just threw in a dish and put some toppings on it. Really good. That dipping oil makes it too. I know that's an extra step, but let me try it just plain now, since, to be fair. All right, so 1 to 10, I'm gonna rate this a 8.5. Just because for it to be a 10, I think I should have mashed it down a little bit more, like I said. I'm gonna try that next time. However, flavor, on point. All right, I think I'm most excited about this dinner recipe. It's 3 ingredients, but a little disclaimer, I'm using 4, but it's optional. I'll get to that in just a second. So down here are the ingredients that we're gonna use. We're first gonna need some penne pasta. You will also need some marinara of your choosing. We did go with Rayo's today, and we went with the roasted garlic version. And then you're gonna need some Boursin cheese. I have never cooked with this, y'all, but I'm so excited to try it. And we decided to go with the caramelized onion and herb flavor, but just the plain or just any flavor of this will work. And then, like I said, that optional 4th ingredient, we're actually gonna add some protein in there in the form of this chicken sausage, and the flavor of it is a chicken parm. So I just thought that would be so delicious in this recipe. I can't wait to try it. But the 3 ingredients I technically saw on TikTok would be your noodles, and then you're making your sauce with your marinara and the Boursin cheese. But let's get our chicken sausage working and let's put all this together. So I have my little chicken sausages out here. I'm just gonna slice these up into probably 1/2 inch little slices. We are gonna saute these first. I just love how good these are when they have a little bit of that caramelization going on. Also, if you don't like chicken sausage, you could do just regular smoked sausage, smoked turkey sausage, anything that you like. This would also even be good with probably some rotisserie chicken in there. Or like I said, to keep it truly 3 ingredients, you don't even have to add any protein. All right, so we're just gonna cook our penne noodles according to box directions. We want these to be just al dente. All right, so I just have a hot skillet over here. I did use a little bit of cooking spray. Now we're gonna get that chicken sausage in the pan. And I like to just kind of spread mine out into an even layer. That way each one gets a little bit of that browned caramelization goodness going on. All right, next up, I'm gonna go ahead and pour in our marinara sauce. And this will also help get all those little brown bits from the bottom that our sausage kind of created. It stuck a little bit. Put it down. That sausage did stick just a little bit. It has some sugars in there from those red peppers and stuff. But all that's gonna do is add to this flavor. It's gonna be delicious. I turned my stove down. I'm gonna turn it back up now. That sauce smells so good. My mouth is watering. Next, I'm just gonna bring over that Boursin cheese. I'm gonna get it right in here. Maybe, if I can do it. There we go. I'm gonna kind of break it up a little bit. I should have cut it up before I put it in here. But all we're basically gonna do now is let this continue to simmer. Let this Boursin cheese melt down. As you can see, it's already starting to melt. I think it's gonna go a whole lot quicker than like cream cheese or something. But yeah, I'm just gonna bring this up to a simmer. Let it warm through, let that cheese melt. And we'll be ready, y'all. Look how creamy this sauce is. It smells so good. I literally can't believe this is only 3 ingredients. And I cannot wait to try it. But next, I'm gonna bring over our pasta. Darren just said this looks like a vodka sauce, and it really does. It has that same color, but I'm very anxious to see how that flavor is. All right, this looks and smells out of this world. Let's go plate this up. And y'all know I'm gonna add a garnish. I know it's technically more ingredients. This part is not necessary at all. And we have a little bit of shredded basil to go on top. Gotta have that color, but you don't have to have it. Y'all know what I mean. All right, that looks absolutely delicious. I mean, if I was served that at a restaurant, I would be happy. All right, I'm so excited. Let's try it.
Oh, I can't wait.
Ready? Some of that sauce in there. All right, here we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm so mad at myself, y'all. We're testing out a new mic. Y'all have to let me know how it sounded, but I turned it off for this clip so you can't hear us talking. But as you can see, I'm leaving our reactions in here because we were absolutely raving over this. That combination of that garlic marinara, that onion Boursin cheese, and the chicken sausage with the chicken parm. So good. This is a must try. All right, y'all, thank you so much for cooking along with me today. Comment down below and let us know if you're thinking about giving any of these a try. Also, if you like today's video, I think you will really enjoy this one. I'm gonna put it right here on the screen. I'll see you over there, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.